This is Matt and Jack from Gamer College bringing you gameplay from War Thunder. The first plane I don't do so well with. Watch this, I get shredded. Oops. When you watch this next one, you'll notice on the bottom side of the screen, underneath my plane, there are 5 other friendly targets. I kind of sort of stick with it anyways until they start shooting at me, at which point I decide, I'm out of here. I'm bailing to the right. When I decide to circle back around, I notice that my allies are shooting to the right, so I move to the left. At this time, the enemy gunner decides I'm its target, so I try to take some pop shots at it and knock him out, but it doesn't quite work. And I decide my safest route is to go up and over the mountain and try and hit him from above. After I clear the mountain, I have the complete scope of shooting him in the face. Doesn't quite work, and gets a lucky pop shot on my left wing with a 50 cal and sends me in a barrel roll right there. At this time, I decide, well, my engine's hit, my wing is to hit, I'm going back to repair. After repairing, I jump straight back into the fight and take some pop shots. I decide that guy's not going to be my target because this guy is the bomber and he is going for our objectives. I check below me, make sure that guy still ain't following me, and I loop around and take some pop shots. At this point, I notice that my allies have the other enemy fighter pretty much tied up, so I keep on the bomber, and that's when things get ugly. As I was chasing him, I noticed in the upper left-hand corner, there's a plane, and uh-oh. I try and dodge him, but nope. Even though my ally crashed me, I still took out my target. So, I jump back in another plane and rush straight to the same area, and lo and behold, they're targeting our guys again. So I decided to give them a taste of their own medicine. I figured, well, since I've knocked out the enemy fighter in the area, I may as well go for their targets, and I miss. Right here is when I notice on the map, there's a bleep to my left, and there's an enemy plane. Time to go chase it. At about this point, I recognize the barcode on that plane because I used to fly it a lot, and it's a biplane. Versus this plane, it doesn't stand a chance. I hit him a couple times and end up breaking part of his wing. And this is where I kill him and almost killed myself. That wing, man, that wing. And once again, I notice a bleep on the map, and there's another plane. Right here is when I notice that is a Gladiator Mach 2 that runs a 50 cal, and that's the only weapon it has. I decide, yeah, that's not going against me. I'm out of here. As a person that used to fly the Gladiator, I know its wingspan is wider, so I try and dodge it. But it hits me anyways. And lo and behold, going toe-and-toe with another biplane. I win this fight, but he decides he's going to ram me. I count it as a win because I get the credit for killing him, and he does not. He rammed me, which counted as a crash, and not as a death. By player. My friend Mant left this one in there due to the fact of how close I cut it to the ground. I almost decided to take a dirt nap. And lo and behold, an ally under attack. Let's fix this situation. Whether intentional or not, my ally kinda kept him pretty level until my guns jammed, and I decided, well, I'm out of bullets. Can't shoot you anymore. I ain't gonna let you kill him. Kamikaze! With this plane, I do friggin' awesome. It is the most upgraded plane for my tier 1 class at the moment. I jumped straight into it with knocking out a guy. And I go, well, one down, let's just daisy chain this other way back and make sure all of our ground troops stay alive. I'm not entirely sure this guy knew I was behind him because he just let me cram him into the ground. I know he isn't dead because I didn't get the kill credit, so I loop back around and try and get on him, but I notice, he's lined up for me. Let's do some dancing. And this is where it gets close. There's a guy above me, and he comes down and almost hits me, but I shoot over him and take him out. I know he's dead because right here I get the kill credit, but there's a dot still on the map, so I loop back around to figure out what the dot is and notice it's him. So I shoot at him some more. Right here I know I'm severely outmatched. That's a lag 3, but I may as well shoot at him anyways. Luckily, he rams my opponent. I notice on the map immediately there's a dot right behind me, so I do a loop and just open fire. Bullet for bullet, I have the advantage because I know that is a pea shooter class plane. The advantage for him is he has the height and the speed, so he tries to go straight up, which doesn't do him any favors. And once again, another biplane. They don't stand a chance. At this point in time, so far, it's just a matter of catching back up to him. He had the advantage that he was already in the downward slope and going in the opposite direction. And right about here is when I noticed that this guy, he definitely has been playing a while. He does really good with his juking. I know he's going to juke to the right, so I preemptively try and shoot to the right, but I epically miss. I would like to point out the ally that comes in from the left. He loops back around and comes in from the right and almost tears my wing up with his bullets. After I secure the kill, I hear that he is awfully close to me, so I decide to pull up and to the left, which barely avoids collision. As I loop back around, I notice that an ally is being chased, so I decide I may as well help out. Shortly after firing at him, my guns jam, so I decide I'm gonna try and wreck him. Even though I miss him, the effect threw him slightly off kilter and bought my ally some time. Shortly after circling around, my guns reload, and I join the fight. I would like to point out the close proximity to allied planes, not a smart idea. But, I still take him down. I immediately notice on the map there's 2 radar blings. So I start shooting at him, immediately take him down with the help of 2 others, and loop towards the only guy left. This guy, I tip my hat to. He gives me hell. This guy is extremely skilled with his plane. I immediately open up on him and just light him up. And somehow, miraculously, he stays alive. It doesn't take long for me to notice that this guy has been playing a while. He is constantly fluxing his engine up and down to stall and accelerate to get behind me, and he does a really good job at it. Right here I get a good line on him and I light him up. It's just his plane is a sturdier class and can take a hit. I know he's going to stall to loop around and pick up speed, so I mimic his movement to get a line on him. An ally did join this fight at some point, but I think he did a flyby and jumped out as fast as he could. due to the skill level difference for him. He didn't stay in there very long. Right here, he does one last big loop, and as I loop back around, I get a clean shot on his left wing and do too much damage, and he eats the wall.